In this conflict, Rwanda's long-term leader, Kagame, is the center of attention, but he is practiced at deflecting it. He has a long history of military intervention inside DR Congo linked to the aftermath of the 1994 genocide. So what does it tell you? It tells you that since 1994 genocide in Rwanda has always been carrying out military intervention inside Congo, and up till now, nobody has called him to order. And after a long while, things keeps compiling, and this is what it gets to. Rwanda does not admit to providing military support to the M23, but repeatedly insists it will do anything necessary to defend itself. So what does that mean? And if you equally look at it from the other angle, since the M23 start taking strategic towns, that these towns are naturally endowed with big volume of mineral resources, you will see that the volume of the mineral resources that Rwanda is exporting to Europe has skyrocketed to a large sum you can't even imagine. Kagame maintains that Rwanda's priority is to destroy an armed group formed by the Hutu genocide perpetrators who massacred Rwanda Tutsis and then fled to what is now Eastern DR Congo. He has accused DR Congo's army of joining forces with them and others to not only slaughter Congolese Tutsis, who the M23 claims to be fighting to protect, but to threaten Rwanda. At a diplomatic level, Rwanda wants confirmation of its narrative that the conflict is a Congo problem and Kigali is simply defending its borders against the spillover of a civil war. So this is what Rwanda is saying on its own side. Burundi, the watchful neighbor. Rwanda sees Burundi's army as another security threat in the eastern DR Congo. The nation that borders both Rwanda and DR Congo has had thousands of soldiers there for years. They went to hunt down Burundian rebels, but are now supporting King Shasha's army in battle against M23. So, you see, Burundi's presence in Congo is equally a heavy concern for Rwanda. Uganda playing in both ways. Uganda is not directly involved, but also has troops in eastern DR Congo. They are helping the Congolese government with a different security threat, hunting down militias with Uganda origins who are connected to the Islamic State group. So Uganda on its own is helping the DR Congo forces by fishing out different security threats, hunting down militias with Ugandan, that is to say, hunting down militias who have Ugandan origins. But Uganda's role is confusing. It's working with the Congolese while also allegedly providing at least complicit support to the M23. So it means that Uganda is playing on both sides, and when people are playing on both sides, what does it tell you? They are just there for their benefits. UN experts report that it has allowed them to use Uganda territory as a real base and supply route. South Africa, the peacekeeper taking sides. South Africa has contributed most of the troops to a South African regional forces fighting alongside the Congolese army and has suffered heavy losses. But it's also being thrust into headlines because of an astonishing catalytic exchange between Kigali and Johannesburg. The South Africans blamed the deaths of 14 of their soldiers on the Rwanda Defense Forces, which President Cyril Ramaphosa referred to the RDF militia. So you see, at the end of the day, there are blames going here and there. But in the midst of all these blames, nobody is considering how an average Congolese citizen is feeling. How an average Congolese who are losing their family members, losing their entire savings, losing their heritage, losing everything. So the earlier they stop this blame game and call for unconditional ceasefire and bring these two sides to negotiate in order to bring a very long-lasting solution centered on compromise, centered on Congo, centered on Congolese people, in order to end this war, the better for everybody.